We are live coming at you with session 83 of our Drown Gods campaign. And let's get started. As always, everyone, please reset your hero point pools to 1. And who would like to give the recap for an extra hero point? Not Jason, since he went last time. Surprised Abe hasn't volunteered yet.
I was gonna say, if no one wants to give it, I'll give it.
All right. Last time we picked up with you guys just having defeated the zombies in the supply room.
Yeah, so we all decide we need a good night's rest, so we all clunk out. Well, not all of us. Poor Pip takes the first watch.
Yeah.
I don't think he notices anything. I know the moans, I think, start with the Akalupu on watch.
Yeah, he was. I think he was a little distracted on watch because Ip was doing some other stuff when he was taking his turn.
He was like meditating or praying.
He was using his.
He was trying to find. Yeah, he was trying to see how his like vision worked in the dark. His like. Not X-ray vision, but it's like X-ray light vision.
You know, his mother-gifted vision.
Yeah. Totally not gonna like burn his eyeballs out at some point. No, but it was pretty useful because he found a pretty nifty staff at the bottom of a chest. It's a staff of illusion.
Yep, a phantasmal staff, I think is what it was called.
Phantasmal staff. That makes sense.
He also found some other stuff in that chest.
He found some teeth and bones.
Yep.
And then that's the end of his shift, if I am remembering correctly.
Yeah, that was the majority of it. And
then Akalupu's shift starts, and he hears some moaning, some groaning coming from up and to the right.
Yeah, from the north. Yeah, and then he heard some thumping noises coming from above.
Oh, that's right. So he heard some moaning coming from like straight, north, and then some shuffling, some moving around above him.
Yeah, which we did find out what the moaning was.
yes, we did. On. So in the morning, I don't know if he keeps it to himself. He's not Mono Inui, so he probably didn't, but you never know. There's no way to find out. No,
they told people. Morgrim noticed the noises as well, and he talked about it.
That's right. Mono Inui felt a lot better after she had a headache, but
Yeah, well, you had a dream first.
Oh, that's right. Mono Inui had a dream that she was in a maze of like bones and skulls and all sorts of unpleasantness.
Yep.
And something was chasing her.
Yeah, some strange boneless thing.
Yeah, some strange blobby fleshy thing was chasing her. And she first tries to climb, fails, gets the strong urge to rip her skin away and her flesh. Yeah. Hears a voice that says something akin to, like, don't, like, you know what you have to do, and, like, don't resist what you gotta do.
Yeah, he was essentially telling you to embrace your true nature and to cast away the weakness of your flesh.
Yes, that's right. Mono is not quite sure how she feels about that, so she starts climbing. But unfortunately, the climbing starts to rip away her flesh anyway.
Yep.
And
somehow there was a sense of relief as that happened.
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah. It unsettlingly feels nice. It feels better than it did with flesh. So that's, I'm sure, not that doesn't portend for evil.
It seems fine.
No, it seems good. Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep, people.
And I didn't quite convey it the way I meant to, but after you jumped over the fence, right before your rude awakening, you would have turned around to see the fleshy creature and realized that it was your own boneless flesh that had been
Yeah.
chasing you this whole time.
Ugh.
It was weighing you
That's
down,
not
man.
unsettling at all. Monono's not going to have issues because of this at all.
No, definitely not.
And then she's rudely awakened by the one person whom she has sacrificed her life for, took in out of the kindness of her own heart when his father and mother abandoned him. Well, his mother died. But when his father abandoned him, took him in, raised him as if he was her own, fed him, clothed him, gave him some nondescript potions. Don't worry about it. And how does she get repaid? Cold water in the face. Melted ice, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, technically water that they had dumped an ice potion into to make it frozen.
That's right. And then they let it melt. And then they dumped it on me. And now I'm not only have a headache, but I'm wet and cold. And there ain't, I'm pretty sure this is a very humid climate, so my clothes ain't drying out soon. So thanks, Akaloop, or Junior. After everyone's had a good laugh, Apoy Pip shares with the class his discoveries, and Mononoe kind of looks down in the box. She takes a humerus bone,
An arm bone.
Yeah, and then she also Apoy Pip very graciously gives her the staff because he realizes that she's unarmed.
And also, he hadn't been able to figure out what it was, but you were able to identify it.
That's right, and I made a frog, or no, I made Chi-Chi appear. That's right.
Yup.
After we've all discussed and
none of us know who Chi-Chi is.
Well, this is true. You guys are just like, why is there a scary demon-looking mouse that materialized in front of us? Like, now you know my fear too. Now you understand why I am as I am.
Right. You got to see how Chi-Chi appeared to Manawanui rather than how
Yes.
Chi-Chi actually was.
I saw Chi-Chi for how Chi-Chi really was. Only I knew the real Chi-Chi.
There you go.
By the way, Molly, for context, Chi-Chi was this really furry mouse that was a familiar of Junior's mother.
Yeah.
But it was secretly evil, I know.
Well, not
Okay,
really.
I was wondering what I was missing.
It
Yes,
wasn't.
no.
It wasn't evil. It's just that Ip's mother shared the same patron as Manawanui's current patron, so Topple, and Topple had at times possessed Chi-Chi and messed with Manawanui. So it was actually Topple, not Chi-Chi, who was doing the things that Manawanui didn't like.
He was an accomplice.
Gotcha.
He knew full well what was happening, and he approved. You could see it in his eyes.
Yeah. In fact, the problem was that Topple didn't think that she was evil enough, and that was why Topple used Sammy and Chi-Chi to get Manawanui to become a witch, because Topple wanted someone more evil to work for him.
That makes sense. Somebody
he
who
was
could be manipulated.
stuck with Manawanui, the most good-hearted person ever. The most kind. Yeah. Anywho, so after that, we went into the hall, decided that we're going to try and break down this door, which had fungus and mold coming from it. So Manawanui kind of shoots some rays of frost, lights the door on fire, decides that that's not getting anywhere. So she wanders off to like this area up here, and what do you know? There are ghosts, and thus the source of the moaning.
Yep.
We fight the ghosts off. I don't think anybody takes any serious damage.
Yeah, you took a couple of hits because you were right in the room and didn't roll super high on initiative, but you used your dash and splash spell, whatever that one's actually called, to get out of there before you took any major damage.
Yeah.
And the rest of you just kind of like beat the crap out of the ghosts pretty quick.
It all worked out okay. And then that's where we left off.
Yeah. Only other thing I would add was just to expand on the door. The plan was to get through the door into the mushroom area and firebomb them and then close the door behind you. But it was barricaded with both stone and wood, and Morgrim had fetched a steel bar, or not a steel bar, but a metal bar to act as a pry bar to get through it, and he and Akalupu had made a bit of progress on that before the whole ghost debacle. Yep,
Yes.
that catches us up to the current moment. So all of you are, breathing hard. Akalupu's coming out of rage. A sight that is still intimidating, but is becoming a little bit more. You guys are probably getting a bit more used to it, and are less afraid for your lives when the 8-foot tall, mountain of muscle suddenly flies into a rage and starts just swinging at things. I don't think you're 8 foot. I think you're more like 7.5. I forget what Akalupu is, Anna. Anyway, regardless, y'all are coming down after the sudden adrenaline spike of combat, and the coast seems clear for the time being.
All
Can we take this moment to kind of glare at Manoanui? Like, bruh.
Again?
Ever the instigator.
So, the door. I think we're in the middle of something. Don't. Gonna gesture towards the half barred open door.
Yeah, if you're finished doing a little exploring, then yeah, why don't we get back to the door?
All right, Margaret.
And that's in character.
Yup. All right, Morgrim will head back over there to, start working out again. Unless I hear otherwise from Anna. I assume that Akalupu will as well. So let's get some athletics checks. I'll roll for Morgrim, of course. And I can roll for Akalupu if Anna's not there.
Mako, you better get over here so you could chuck in the bomb when it gets opened.
That's a good point.
17.
17 for what?
Athletic.
What are you doing with athletics?
You said to roll athletic.
I think I said Morgrim and Akalupu did.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're going to try to help open the door as well, which you can if you
No.
want.
There's too many people. Well,
While they're opening the door, I'm gonna preemptively cast guidance on Mako to give her a +1 bonus to 1 attack roll,
Ooh.
or perception check, or skill check.
What you said?
Nice.
I said he's not asleep, but you can.
Wait, did you get a roll, Anna?
I'm trying. It's B. And then my phone has like not enough power for me to run Discord through without it dying tonight. So it's also trying to do Discord and it doesn't like it.
Oh, nice.
And
Do you have
19.
physical dice? I can just let you know what your bonus is. All right, 19 from Akalupu, also 19 from Morgrim, so that's probably another 10, 15 minutes as they work at it, but they're able to get the debris off. And then Morgrim tries the handle, and it appears to be locked.
Darn. Do we have a skeleton key? Am I misremembering that.
You do have a skeleton key. Phoebe
Yeah,
is
and
in
it
possession of
reset
that.
on the long rest, right?
Yep, exactly. Oh, and that's the thing I meant to call out, but everyone just remember, if you didn't already, to give yourself a long rest. It should, resupply all of your spells and your potions and all that fun stuff. So make sure you do that. So Morgan will step out of the
How
way
do
since
I do that?
presumably you click the button under the character section that says rest and prepare.
Okay.
All right, so presumably Phoebe or Mako is going to want to go ahead and tackle this lock.
Roll thievery, right?
Yep. And
Plus one?
are you going to use the skeleton key? Because you only get one charge per day.
No, I'm just gonna try and unlock it myself because I have a 13 bonus, so +1 isn't gonna be a lot.
All right, go for
Yeah,
it.
might as well give it a shot.
31.
All right. So with a few satisfying clicks, you hear the lock slide into place, and you're able to open that up easily enough. Let me go ahead and unlock this door.
Nice work, Faith. 31.
Yeah. I'm proud of that too.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah.
All right. The door is now unlocked, and you can do what you want with it.
All right. I think that's my time to shine. So, Jason, you gave me +1 to an attack roll. Is that like if I hit them or how much damage I do to them?
That's 2 hits,
That's-
so you would
yeah.
roll that with the 1d20 on your initial attack.
Okay. Great. So my plan is to open the door real quick, throw in I think an acid flask. How I want to do this, and then close the door real quick.
Okay.
Oh, and before I do this, can I ask Morgrim for a torch?
Now, let me check his inventory, but I believe he had a couple of ever-burning torches that he could hand out.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'll make a note to let David know if we can.
Yeah, he's
Do
got
that, 'cause-
he's got 20 candles.
Seems excessive.
It's under magical equipment, maybe? Anyway, we'll assume that you can have that, because I'm pretty sure he had some torches, and that should be fine. We'll
Do
figure it out
I-
later.
Do I need to do something in Roll20? Do you need to do something in Roll20? Because when I open this door, I want to be able to see what I would be able to see.
Yeah, no,
Does that make sense?
I'm filling that out as we speak.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if that was a you thing or a me thing.
Yep. All right. You should now be emitting light.
See. Yes. Ooh, okay. All right. So I'm opening the door. I can see a couple of guys.
Yeah, you open the door, and immediately your senses are assaulted by a stale and earthy scent as these spores come wafting over you. Are you covering your face or anything else to try and protect from that?
Yeah, I've got one cloaked arm over my mouth and nose, but the other one is holding my acid flask, and my eyes are unprotected because I want to be able to see where I'm throwing it.
All right, makes sense. Go ahead and give me a fortitude check. I will give you an advantage for the arm over your face, though.
I got a 20.
All right, you seem fine. So it's unpleasant. Your eyes are watering a little bit, but otherwise you seem to be okay.
Okay, cool. Akalupu's also standing right next to me for muscle.
Oh, good point. Agalubu, roll for me as well.
Oh, sorry, Anna.
Is Akalupu taking similar precautions or no?
Yes. Yes.
Akalupu's smelling the nice, fresh, musty air.
Thomas, if you could tell me what my bonus is. Okay, there it is.
Yeah. Say
That's
plus
pretty good.
12.
And he gave us advantage.
So I rolled a 15, so that's 27.
Okay, yeah, Akalupu is also unfazed. But
Okay.
you can see the scene in front of you. There are patches of spores. The figures that you are seeing here and here are especially large mushroom kind of clumps that seem to be moving unnaturally under their own volition.
Oh, you know what? Maybe instead of acid, I should use lightning because they're biological, so I think that acid will work. Can I attack this guy? This guy right here?
Yep.
Or like, can I not see him well enough?
Now you'd be able to hit him.
Okay, cool. Then that is where I'm aiming, and I'm gonna roll.
Sweet. Roll for attack. Don't forget your +1.
Okay, I got an 18, so +1 is 19.
Okay. Let me check these guys actually. Should have pulled these up, but for some reason it just didn't occur to me.
No worries, I'm trying to do this without, like, initiating initiative, so I'm kind of messing you up.
Let's see. Figure out what room number this is. There we go. One of these guys. All right, and you got a 19?
Correct.
That is a hit.
Winner. Okay.
So you hit him directly. Let's see if your splash damage is going to go far enough to hit the other guy. Because they're not sitting directly on the same square. Nope, unfortunately they are more than 5 feet apart.
Bummer.
So you will only be hitting the one target, but you can go ahead and roll damage.
I don't know that I can roll damage.
Oh, is this one of the ones that was like
That's
damage over
weird.
time? Yeah,
yes, it
yeah,
says 2d6 persistent A.
yeah.
Acid.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, Roll20 or not Roll20, Hero Lab doesn't roll the persistent damage, so to roll that either with physical dice or in Roll20, whatever works.
Okay,
better for
perfect.
you.
My husband just handed me 2d6.
Nice. Sounds like a keeper.
Ooh, I got a 10. Yeah, he's too
Nice.
big to throw back now.
Fair. All right, and then it was 4 splash. Okay, so I think the splash is just direct and not persistent. So it's going to be 10 persistent
Yes, that's
damage
correct.
on this guy. And then he's also going to take an immediate 4 damage. All right. And then I assume you slam the door shut behind you?
Yes. So, oh, I've got the wrong clicker going. There we go. Click. And that counts. That's 3 actions. So even if I wasn't initiative, I feel good that all happened in 6 seconds or whatever.
Yeah. All right, so you slam the door behind you, wait a few moments.
Yeah, I want to listen to see if we can hear, I don't know, bubbling, screaming. I don't know.
Yeah, no bubbling or screaming. You do hear some shuffling. And then after a few more moments, you hear a couple of thumps on the door.
Who is it?
It's your DoorDash delivery.
Panda Express.
Open up and let us in.
Fried wontons.
Okay, if we're gonna open this door and fight them, maybe we should like tear off some pieces of fabric and like tie them around our nose and mouth. I don't know, what do y'all think?
Marunoi's going to. Did you say that, or is that like you're like in character? Or you're like proposing that?
It wasn't in character, but I guess it should be. That I should turn and be like, that was pretty nasty when we opened it up with spores and everything. Like maybe we should make some makeshift bandanas.
Very, very, very wise, very smart idea. Marunoi's going to say as she tears a. Well, actually, Maruanui is going to tear a piece of Akalupu's clothes. Maruanui's clothes are still wet. And Maruanui doesn't want to waterboard herself.
You know what? Junior was going to offer his shirt for everybody, but he's not sure how he feels about it just being taken from him.
You're so put upon, Akalupu.
Junior will just take his. Junior will just kind of look at everybody and just flex his muscles and rip it into perfectly sized shreds for everybody.
There you go. All right, so it takes a bit, but you are eventually able to fashion yourselves some little makeshift, not gas masks, but yeah, something to help. Bandanas, I guess.
Cool, so we all take one of those. And now I'm gonna move, I think, a little farther back. If maybe Morgrim wants to go up front. Because Morgrim and Akalupu are our frontliners, is that correct?
Yep.
Because I think the plan is that now we should open up these doors and fight them. I mean, I didn't immediately get magic cancer from opening this door, so I think that these guys are fightable, but they do seem like they suck, so maybe they'll be something good.
You didn't get magic cancer yet.
That I know of, I know. That's how cancer works.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Pip, why don't we switch spots?
Who?
Yeah, yep. Akalupu or Manawanui is suggesting that the two of you switch spots.
Okay. You go
Wait,
where you want to
me?
go.
Maruanui is suggesting that you switch spots.
We switch spots?
Yeah, who?
I think Manawanui just wants more people in front of her as meat shields.
Don't worry about it, guys. Maruanui's gonna pat on Mako's back and say, "Don't worry, I've got your back."
Convenient when all of the mushroom monsters are to our front.
True.
You never know what ghosts, are still lying about.
Yeah, you're right. So I might actually be safer with you not behind me, where you can go open doors and disturb spirits.
Don't worry about it.
All right. So you guys go to open the door, and it seems that it opens a little bit, but then it seems like something is now in the way. Are you gonna force it open?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a door that an unlocked door that Akalupu can't open.
There you go. All right, Akalupu, go ahead and give me a strength check.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. You give it a bit of a shove, and it doesn't seem to be moving easily. Actually, roll athletics. Should have been rolling athletics anyway.
Okay, so plus 13. What was my strength, anyways? Where's strength?
Let's see. You have a strength of +4.
Okay. So it would have been a 12, but like that's still not good. But
Yeah, still not good. Either way, it would have been the same result.
28.
All right, so you give it a much harder shove this time, dislodging what you see as the door opens to be mushrooms that have piled over in front of it. And go ahead and roll 2d8 for some bludgeoning damage as you slam a door into them.
Which one's the D8? That was the D8. 3 plus 3.
All right, so you do
So
6 damage. So you slam them open. You also do notice, Mako, that there is one, like a pile of mushroom sludge kind of in the back. That seems to be the one you threw your vial at, and it died from the persistent damage.
You're welcome, everyone.
But let's go ahead and get the rest of these guys in here, and then we will roll for initiative. Okay. Is anyone rolling non-perception?
No.
No, perception's good.
All right, I have you on athletics right now, Anna, if you want to keep that.
Yes, please.
Cool. All right, and then Mako, you want perception instead of stealth?
Yeah, I feel like it makes more sense in this situation.
All right. Phoebe, I assume you want stealth.
I don't know. I just got 29 with perception.
Well, you're not going to get whatever you rolled. It's going to be whatever Roll20 rolled, or Hero Lab rolled.
Okay. Stealth, I guess, yeah.
Okay. I think that's everyone. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, so first up is Shrieker number 3. What's the trigger on this? Yep, that would definitely do it. A creature or light source appears within 10 feet of the Shrieker. You all have some light sources, so is there a save to this? Yes, fortitude. So everyone please give me a fortitude save.
I got a natural 20. I don't know if that makes a difference.
I mean, it's a success, so.
Well, yeah. I don't know if like it makes a difference how, like, successful.
Nope. In this
18?
case, it does not.
Me too.
All right. What was that for Phoebe? 15 or 16?
18.
18. Okay. And then Akalupu got a 22. It sounded like.
If got a 16.
Okay. And what about Mako?
I was struggling to find where I could roll things, but fortitude save, we said?
Yes.
Here we go. 22.
Nice. All right. So there was a deafening shriek that is coming not from any of the mushrooms in front of you, but it seems to be one of these green patches is letting out the shriek, but all of you are undamaged. That is its turn. Akalupu.
All right. I'm going to start by raging. All right. And then I'm going to swing my throttle at them.
All right. Are you targeting the one directly in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
First attack roll is 19.
That'll hit.
Second attack will be 16.
That will miss.
She's like rubbing his head like a dog. She just get more and more excited. It's kind of cute. She's like,
16 damage.
Alrighty.
And I don't know if it matters, but 4 of that is cold damage. And then do I need to bleed for them?
Let me check. And it's cold damage?
Yeah. For just 4 of it.
Where's the cold damage coming from? Oh, did we put cold
'Cause
on
it's a-
your McQuaddle? Because you're like an ice dragon?
We did.
I don't remember doing that, but we may have.
I mean, I'm assuming that's what the like 4 with the little snowflake next to it is.
I am seeing, let's see, 2d12 plus 4 slashing plus 4 C. So yeah, I think that must be cold damage plus 1d6 bleed. So we must have put frost damage on it.
Which honestly, I keep forgetting.
Where does that? Because we have striking, weapon potency plus 1, and wounding.
oh,
I'm
I think
very
it's
confused.
from me. I think when I'm
Oh, is that like a
enraged-
raging effect?
Yeah.
That would make sense. You are, like I said, you are like an ice dragon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. Plus 4 cold damage. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so that's just a raging effect. That makes sense. Cool. All right, let me check this guy's resistances and stuff. He counters any of that. Does not look like it. So he's going to be taking full damage from everything. So what was the total damage?
16.
All right.
what is this?
1.5 days. And then do I need to roll bleed?
It doesn't say they're immune to bleed, so I will say yes. Go ahead and roll bleed.
5.
All right, he is not having a good day. So that was, oh, that was all 3 actions. Okay, so that's your turn. All right, another set of fortitude checks from everyone.
Oof, I only got a 14.
Yeah.
T6.
All right, what did Akalupa get?
Junior got 29.
Okay,
18 for Ip.
all righty. And what did Phoebe get?
26.
Okay, and Monwanui.
I'm so sorry. I was away from the computer. What am I rolling?
Fortitude check.
The initial one, or are we re-rolling?
You are rolling another one, because it is now another Shrieker's turn.
I got a 21.
All right. So Mako is the only one who failed the check. So Mako, you take 5 points of sonic damage.
Ouch.
Should
So I'm sorry. Should I decrease my stamina points or my hit points?
Stamina first, and then anything past that bleeds over into hit points.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
If you always click your stamina, even if you don't have any, it'll take it from the right stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh wait, how many points of damage did you say? 5?
Correct.
Okay.
So next up, a spot that you thought was just more random mushroom growths on the wall suddenly peels itself free. And you see, this guy here. And he is going to move over to here. And let's see. Does he have any ranged actions? He might not. There you go. Oh no, he's got a 10-foot reach. Okay, perfect. For him. So he is going to take a couple of whacks over at Morgrim, and so he's going to take one at Morgrim, one at Manawanui. 28 will hit
You mean
Morgrim.
Akalupu?
Yes, thank you. I don't know why I constantly get their names backward. You would think eventually I would learn. All right, Akalupu, does a 20 hit you?
I'm so sorry. I am back. I heard you said Monomanui took damage. How much did I take?
No.
Oh,
I said that I accidentally said that you were going to be attacked by a mushroom, but I meant Akalupu.
The other one. I got you.
He's 21.
Okay, so that will miss
Yeah.
Akalupu. So Morgrim is going to take 12 points of damage. I believe he can just use his shield snap to block a bunch of that. Let's see. Yeah, raise your shield, gain its bonus to AC versus that strike. So, yeah, that's mostly going to go into the shield, but he is going to need to make a fortitude check. Let's roll that. Fortitude. It's a 19. Is that enough? Nope, just barely a failure. So Morgrim is now going to take 1d6 poison plus enfeebled for 1 round. Alright, so Morgrim takes an additional 4 points of damage, and that the shield will not be blocking. Alright. That is Morgrim's turn. Or not Morgan's turn, that's the Violet Fungus's turn. Alright, it's his turn. Phoebe!
Kind of don't want to get close to this. There's no space.
Do you want to just hold an action, or do you want to, like, throw your dagger
Yeah,
in? Do you have any other ranged weapons?
No, and my daggle's only 10 feet range, so it wouldn't be able to hit anything even if I moved.
No, you can. It just means that it's going to be more difficult, because the range is just a range increment, so you throw it without any penalty up to 10 feet, and then for every 10 feet after that, it's at a -2. So, like, 20 feet away would be -2, 30 feet away would be -4.
Yeah, I'll just hold my tongue.
Alrighty. Are you holding your turn or preparing an action?
I'm preparing to stab if something goes in my range.
Alright, sounds good. That's the end of your turn then. So next up is another Shrieker, so more fortitude checks. Actually, no, I don't think anyone's close enough to this one. Yeah, you're not. Okay. This one
Phew.
does nothing.
Thank God, yeah.
Now it's Morgrim's turn, so he's gonna take a couple of swings at the guy in front of him with his big old warhammer. 16 is a miss. A 20 is a hit for 18 points of damage. So that's gonna take a sizable chunk out of the guy in front of him. It seems none too pleased. And then he is gonna take his final round to raise his shield. That's his turn. All right, now it is finally the mushroom's turn. So the one right down here is up, so he is going to, I believe, let out a big old mushroom spore cloud. Yep. So 15-foot emanation, that is going to hit, let's see, everyone but Phoebe. So everyone, please give me a fortitude check as an especially thick cloud of mushroom spores comes out.
29.
So thick that it's reducing your vision.
You're not going to believe this, but I got
20.
another nat 20.
Nice. All right, who got the 18? Did someone call out 18, or did I mishear that?
I said 29.
All right, I'm going to assume I misheard the 18 then.
Am I allowed to use a fort hero point on a fort save?
Yes.
Then I got a 24.
All right. And Mako?
I think I'm also going to use my hero point. Being slow on me, sorry.
No worries.
Come on. Okay, I got a 20. That's better.
All right. Well, I believe everyone succeeded then. So no failures as the spore cloud comes out. However, it is reducing vision, so that is going to make hitting things more difficult if you don't have some, perhaps some mother gifted, blessing that could bypass visual disturbances and that sort of thing. But yeah, unless you have some way to deal with it, you are going to have difficulty seeing these guys now. And then he's going to use his final action to punch Akalupu, because that's the only one he can reach. All right, 12 is definitely not going to hit, though. All right, Manawanui, it is your turn.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
So,
they are nicely bunched up if you've got a fireball.
I wish I had fireball. That's I can't get fireball until the next level.
Ah, well, all the more reason to level you guys up at the end of this floor.
But what I can do is, oh dang, that's a line of sight. That'll probably kill some folks.
Just do your lightning attack. That's just a line directly in front of you. It'll hit two of your friends to hit one enemy, but that seems like a good trade-off.
That's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make.
Exactly.
No, I think I'm going to.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
I said Junior's used to it at this point.
Right.
Well, I'm actually going to use a. If I wanted to see what they're weak to, what would I have to roll?
In this case, it would be nature.
Nature. I'm gonna roll a nature check to see if I can tell what they're. 23.
All right. So with a 23, you are like, is that all you want? Is just like any weaknesses or resistances they have?
And just like any other pertinent information about them that would help in killing them.
So they don't seem to have any particular weaknesses or strengths. You do, however, know that obviously they release these big clouds of spores that reduce vision and can poison you. And you also know that when they die, they heal other plant type creatures around them.
Oh, joy.
And they will also leave the area around them as difficult terrain as they spread out a verdant burst in their area.
All right. I am going to. Well, that's just really lame. Gosh, a lot of my attacks that I have like equipped are line attacks. I guess I'm going to cast Illusionary Creature. Okay. And I am going to cast it right there. So let me read what that does. It's kind of a wall of text. You create an illusionary image of a large or small creature. It generates the appropriate sound, smells, and feels believable to the touch. If you and the image are ever farther than 500 feet apart, the spell ends. The image can't speak, but you can use your actions to speak through the creature. With the spell distinguishing your voice as appropriate. You might need to attempt deception or performance to mimic the creature as determined by the GM. This is especially likely if you're trying to imitate a specific person and engage with someone that person knows. In combat, the illusion can use 2 actions per turn, which it uses when you sustain the spell. It uses your spell attack modifier for attack rolls and your spell DC for its AC. Its saving throw modifiers is equal to your spell DC minus 10 It's substantial enough, nice, that it can flank other creatures if the image is hit by an attack or fails to save. The spell ends. The illusion can cause damage by making the target believe that the illusion attacks are real, but otherwise cannot directly affect the physical world. If the illusionary creature is hit with a strike, the target takes 3d4 mental damage. The illusionary strikes are non-lethal if damage doesn't correspond to the image of the monster. For example, if an illusionary large dragon only deals 5 damage, the GM might allow the target to attempt an intimidate perception check to disbelieve the spell. Any relevant resistance weaknesses apply if the target thinks they do, as judged by the DM. For example, illusion wields a warhammer and attacks a creature with bludgeoning damage. The creature would take less mental damage. However, illusionary damage does not deactivate, regenerate, or trigger any other effects that require a certain damage type. The GM should track the illusionary damage dealt by the illusion. Any creature that touches the image or uses the seek action to examine it can attempt to disbelieve your illusion. When a creature disbelieves the illusion, it recovers half the damage taken from it, if any, and doesn't take any further damage from it.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, so you will have to, since it's sustained, in additional rounds, if you want to keep it going, you will have to spend 1 action to do the sustain action to keep it running. Otherwise, you can dismiss it whenever you want to. And yeah, did it use your actions to attack? Is that what I'm remembering that correctly?
It says in combat, the illusion can use 2 actions per turn.
Okay, cool. So whenever you like any other familiar, we'll say that happens on your turn. So
okay, I'm going to use it to attack this thing.
okay. Well,
I guess I roll for that.
Yeah, it's gonna try to do mental damage with its annoying laugh.
It is. LOL. I don't think a 13 hits, so
Nope.
it was not that annoying of a laugh.
Yeah, maybe next round. All right, is that it for your turn? I think you have 1 action left, because I'm assuming that spell was 2 actions.
Yeah, that spell was 2. Well, then I did the nature check.
Oh, right. So, yep, that is it for your turn. You guys are still out of range of that other Shrieker as well, so lucky for you. Yep.
All right. I am just gonna pump some crossbow bolts into this guy, try and thread the needle between Morgrim and Junior.
Alrighty. Yeah, especially Morgan, he's short enough. You can just shoot over him, so he's not too much in the way.
Oh, actually, wait a minute. Can I shoot over Morgrim at this line of guys?
Sure.
All right, then I'm going to cast Searing Light, because they're lined up so nicely for me.
All right. Will that also hit SpongeBob over there? Not that it matters. He's an illusion.
Only if he believes it does.
Oh, just kidding. It doesn't actually go through creatures. I thought it got everything in a line, but it targets 1 creature. Oops. Okay. I don't want to do that. Back to the crossbow. And I'm back to killing this guy to the south.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Let's roll crossbow. It's taking a long time to load. All right. We got a 25.
That'll hit.
And another 25.
That'll also hit.
And a nat 1. I assume that misses.
Yeah, no, you're you get a bolt jammed in your crossbow.
But for the first two, are either of those crits or nah?
25. I don't
guess
think so. Yeah, no, those are
neither or
not
both.
crits. Yeah, those do not crit.
Okay. Total, the 2 shots do 23 damage.
All right. And are you gonna spread the attacks between multiple targets, or are you just gonna pump them into one guy?
Pump him into one guy.
All right. He is very super dead, and then some.
Extremely dead.
Pop, pop.
All right.
Actually, it's more like pop, pop.
Right. Yeah, and that will mean that your next round you're gonna need to take one action to get your your crossbow unjammed, and then another to reload. Because I think you only have a clip size of 3 on that repeating heavy crossbow.
Let's see.
Where's the reload?
Can't even figure out how to get to the bolts from this screen.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So reload is one action. Where does it say how many it can hold? Oh, 5 bolts. Never mind. So you can just take one action to clear the thing, and you still have 2 bolts left.
Cool.
Sweet. All right. That is your turn, Mako.
Before we begin, am I still frightened? I realize that I still have frightened on me.
Yeah, I think that was from the ghosts, and yeah, that would have long since been cleared up, so you can take
Okay,
that
I thought
off.
so. Okay. I think I have unchecked that successfully.
Cool.
Oh, delete. There we go. Alrighty. So now I am going to try and throw a. Oh, wait. Yes. I just got hurt, but I don't have any effects. Everything's good. Oh, except for that I'm having trouble seeing.
Yep.
But can I see somebody who's like 10 feet away from me?
You can see, it's just more difficult to see. So it's not impossible, it's just going to reduce your hit. So it's going to
Okay.
be more difficult to hit them.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I am going to aim for this guy in the top right corner right next to Morgrim. And I am going to throw one of my bottled lightnings.
Alrighty. Roll for attack.
Ooh, I got a 31.
Dang, that's a crit.
Exciting. Okay, damage is 14
Okay.
with 4 electricity splash.
Yeah, which I think that gets doubled on a crit, so that'll be 8. I assume that you're making it not hit your friends, but still hitting the mushroom in the back.
That is correct.
Cool. So let's give that guy 8 damage. Okay, and then what was the total damage to the guy in the front? Or the direct damage?
14.
Okay, cool. Plus the 8, so that's going to be 22. A lot of damage.
Also, it says that it makes people off guard. I'm not sure if that counts for mindless mushroom creatures.
Yeah, no, it would if he weren't super dead.
Oh, right. Does it
Alright.
also splash the big guy behind him?
This guy here?
Yes.
Yeah, I already applied the 8 splash damage to him.
Winner. Okay, cool beans.
Alright, so that is... Oh no, that was just one action.
Yeah, right. I was also ready to end my turn because that went so well.
Right?
Have a dagger, but I'm not close enough to this guy. Okay, so then I'm going to now aim for the guy behind him, the big guy in front of SpongeBob there. I'm using my second attack, so it's a little bit shittier. And I only got a 13, so that
Alright.
probably doesn't hit.
That is a miss, unfortunately. Go ahead and roll 1d8 to see where it lands.
Okay, I'm rolling in the physical realm.
Nice.
It is a 5.
Alright, let's see. So that is going to land it in the square directly below him, so he will still take splash damage, but so will SpongeBob. What are the rules for if your illusion takes damage?
Let me look, because I'm not sure if it's just that SpongeBob can't do damage to the person who did damage to them, or if SpongeBob is like gone. Illusion can cause damage, yada yada. If it's hit with a strike, the target, nope. The illusion, nope. Don't care.
Okay, so
I
it
feel like
probably
Potion
just
Splash
doesn't
should
care.
go through him.
Yeah, I think it just goes through him, and he doesn't care. And I don't think these mushrooms are smart enough to notice that and be like, "It's
Like,
a
wait.
fake."
I know. I love that
Okay.
Abe is like trying to trick these mushrooms. It's like they're a mushroom, my dude.
Yep. All right.
I'm not sure
Hey,
that
man.
they're like with it.
They could think that SpongeBob is a scary giant sponge.
They probably do.
Yeah.
All right. I believe you have one action remaining, Malco.
Okay.
Sponge, the natural predator of the fungus.
Exactly.
What is the prepare action?
So if you want to prepare an action, you basically give me a trigger event. Like if a goblin steps through that door, I'm gonna shoot it in the face, and if that trigger happens, you do the thing you said you were gonna do.
Okay. If anybody, let me take a look actually. Yeah, if anybody steps through the door, like if one of the mushroom creatures successfully steps through the door in the next round before my next turn, I'm going to throw another bottled lightning.
All right. I think that works. I forget if you can have a prepared action and also take other actions on your turn, but for now it's fine. For now it's fine. I'll just have to check the rules later. Confirm that. That is your turn. Let's go ahead and remove these dead guys. Luckily, most of them rolled very poorly for initiative. All right. And then coming up from below. Yep. You see another mushroom come wobbling in. What is their move speed, actually? 10 foot. Okay. Yeah, it may take him a minute to wobble over. Let's see. 20. Let's see. Can he hit you from here? I mean, it's technically 10 feet, but there's definitely a wall in the way, so I'm going to say no. All right. He comes wobbling over to here. I don't believe he can hit you from there, can he? Oh, he can. Okay. Now he's going to hit you. So, Akalupu is going to get whacked. Or at least he's gonna try to whack him. 22, I believe, is a hit.
Yes.
All right, Akalupu, you are going to take 12 points of damage, and please roll Fortitude for me.
First. And 8 plus 12, that's 20.
All right, so you are able to resist the poison. So you only take the damage. Me, real quick, I realized I have used the wrong token here. That guy should actually be this guy. There we go. All right, so that is the end of this round. Next up is the Shrieker again. I don't believe it triggers again unless you do one of its other triggers. Doesn't say specifically, but I'm just going to assume that's the case. So it doesn't do anything unless you take an action that is going to trigger something else. And technically it's a reaction anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's its turn or not. Akalupu.
All right. Galubu is going to step in the door. Definitely not a bad idea. Over. No, I want to move my purse. I don't think I can get through the
Oh, there you go.
All right. This seems like as good of a place as any.
Yeah. You're in range to attack or be attacked by basically everyone, so that works out.
Yep. And I'm gonna hit because these guys are smaller than this guy, right?
The purple ones are smaller than the brown one directly below you.
And which ones are like emitting the clouds? That's the brown ones, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hit this little brown guy down here.
Great. Roll for attack.
Stop. It would be nice. Oh. Oh my gosh, it's really taking this time.
And I don't even see where you're a McQuaddle anymore now. I just see your fist and your javelin. Weird.
That is weird. It finally pulled up. All right, 26.
That'll hit.
And then I should probably roll damage on the first guy just to see if they kill him somehow. 24 damage.
Alrighty. It is dead.
Nice. And then I'm gonna attack the purple guy next to me.
Okay. The
Well, catty corn.
bottom one or top one?
One low.
Okay.
Lower. Bottom one.
Roll to hit.
28.
That'll hit. I think that might be a crit. Yep, that's a crit.
I like crits. They're fun.
They are fun.
50 damage.
Yep. I think it's safe to say that he is very dead.
Just turns into a red mist.
Right? It's like a purple it's like a grimace shake on the ground now. Just this purple sludge.
Gross.
And that's my 3 turns. So I'm done.
All right. The Shrieker still hasn't been triggered. This guy's dead now. BB.
I'm gonna move up to the doorway. It's one of my actions. I have a 25 movement range.
Okay.
Then probably gonna hold my tone for stabbing if one of the enemies come by.
Alrighty.
Because I don't feel like going in there.
Fair enough. Alright, this guy is also not triggered immediately. Morgrim is gonna take a step up and he's gonna take some swings at this guy. Hopefully he can roll a little bit better than last round. 24 is a hit, 22 is a hit for a total of 28 damage, which will kill this guy, I believe. Oh, no, it doesn't. Never mind. So he does some pretty chunky damage, but does not quite kill him. I guess he will, this round, seeing the amount of damage he did, he will go ahead and make a third attack rather than raising his shield. 22 will still hit with 8 damage. Not a ton, but that is enough. And he is dead. Alright. Technically, that is initiative over. So you are now free to move about the room. However, keep in mind those loud screaming mushrooms are still there and still seem somewhat agitated. And that's these green patches.
Ray of Frost.
Oh yeah, Ray of Frost is a good idea. I was gonna say fire, but
Do people
Frost is a
want
good
to
idea.
clear out to where if they scream again, not everyone needs to roll fortitude?
You gonna
I
figure
moved
out
my guy out of the way. Okay, yeah.
Akalupu?
I'm trying.
Akalupu likes taking damage. It's how he knows he's alive.
That's how he
It
feels.
doesn't like Akalupu's shoulders are too big.
Exactly. Are you gonna move as well, Phoebe, or are you staying up there?
No, I'm moving.
All right, you gonna hit one of them with Way of Frost, Mono Inui?
I am. Mono Inui is going to hit. I think we're just gonna start in order. We're gonna go with this guy, then this guy. We're just gonna keep going down the line. Ray of
Alright.
Frost on these.
You don't have to roll for attack because they're pretty hard to miss. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right, 9.
All right, that is enough to kill the first one. However, you will need to roll Fortitude
Sweet.
unless you want to take some actions to perhaps prevent sonic damage.
Nah, 23.
All right,
Mono is
you are good to go.
All right, the second one is 10 for that one.
All right, that's enough to. Do you mean this one?
Yeah, I'm sorry for that one.
All right. Yep, that is
Can't
enough
quite
to.
see that well in the door.
Yep. That's enough to clear it out. But go ahead and roll Fortitude again.
24.
All right, you are still fine.
And now we're gonna.
So all those years of listening to your music at full blast are paying off now.
Don't worry about it, guys. Now we're going to. So we've done this one and this one. So now we're
Correct.
going to go for that one.
Okay.
Ray of Frost again. 13.
All right, that clears it out. Fortitude once again.
22.
All right, you are still fine.
And then that's all the ones I can see from here, correct?
Correct.
All right, so I'm going to take a step in.
Okay.
And then we're going to go for this one right there.
All right, roll it.
12.
All right, so it is cleared out. Give me the final Fortitude check.
Watch this be the one I failed. Oh, okay. I shouldn't have said anything. I got a 12.
All right, so you are going to take a little bit of damage here. All right, 6 points of damage.
1d6, it's a 6.
Right.
Of course. Doesn't. No, oh no, it's not spores. It's
Yeah, no, it's
It's a-
loud screeching. It's hurting your ears.
I love listening to the death of my enemies.
There you go. But yeah, as you're doing this, you notice that the spores are becoming markedly less dense. I'm assuming you stopped maintaining SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob can go away. All right. I am going to step in and I'm going to look around
All right, go ahead and roll perception.
and I'm going to use Ageless Patience, which gives me a +2. So that's a 28.
All right. So looking around, you can see that the area has become rather overgrown with these mushrooms. It seems that they got in through the crack in the wall that Morgrim made when he blasted his way out of here previously. And they have taken pretty deep root, but you seem to have largely scoured the primary clumps of them. So seems like there's a good chance they'll die off, or maybe they'll grow back again. Hard to say. Either way, they seem to be settled for now. Otherwise, you do not see anything out of the ordinary. Same stone as all of the other buildings, same walls. There's the crack in the door by some very old scorch marks, or crack in the wall, I should say, where Morgrim blasted his way out. And there's nothing of particular interest. Mushrooms don't exactly, keep gold or magic staves in their pockets.
Can I
Dang.
tell what this room is used for? Maybe?
Wasting our time.
Nice.
No, there isn't really much of an indication of what this room once was. There's a few rotting wooden tables and some other furniture, but most things seem to have been largely reclaimed by the rot at this point.
Nice.
It's a way out.
It is a second way out, absolutely.
Well, I guess if we ever have to flee, thank God we have a way out. Monterey is going to say it with a little bit of sarcasm in her voice. Just a little.
We
Just a
won't have to flee. We're too strong.
Exactly.
Well, onward and upward. Did you want to collect some of these spores, maybe in a bottle? I don't know if that's a terrible idea, but might make it all worth it.
Yeah, I'm sure these would be a fun thing to have growing on your ship.
Yeah, don't worry about it, guys.
Yeah, they're not gonna make it through customs.
Klopu's wandering off into the dark.
It's like, what's the meaning of life? What's the meaning of it all?
Yeah, he stopped when he realized that nobody with light was over here.
No,
He's-
he doesn't have life.
Light.
That's what I meant to say, but like I know I 100% said life.
Ta ta ta. Just a little Freudian slip there.
Don't worry about it, guys.
All right, so backtracking into the arcane pylon room, you of course have the mysterious section of the wall that you need a golden ankh to open. You have the door to your left that goes back into the first room that you went into, and there is another door to your north that leads to lands unknown.
Oh, exciting.
You gonna join the rest of the group this time, Mono Anui, or are you just
Yes.
gonna hang out with the mushrooms?
No, Mono Anui is still questioning the meaning of life. No, I can't. There we go. Doop. Doop. Wait for me, guys.
Who is for somebody with the ability to traps to look.
That seems wise.
I'm assuming I was just asked to check for traps.
Yes, please. Oh, wise short one.
It just cut out, so.
All right, what's
Let's
your
just double check it.
what's your perception bonus, Phoebe?
Not at 10. 10 when searching for traps.
Alrighty. Oh, almost rolled that in the clear. Gotta secret roll that. Otherwise, there's no point in me rolling it. All right. As far as you can tell, it is not trapped.
From what I can tell, it's not trapped. I'm assuming I also checked whether or not it was locked.
Yeah, we'll assume that you did, and it is locked.
It's locked. Would anyone like me to unlock it?
Yeah, I'm ready for you to unlock it. Is everybody here? Morgrim is the only one, I think.
Nope. Let me move him up. Also move the familiars into the room while I'm at it.
25.
All right. So as you begin to go unlocking, it seems to be going well at first until you hit a pin and it seems to be sticking. You kind of push a little harder, start wiggling around. You're not sure what's going on with it. And then suddenly, let's see, who would be in range? I think just Phoebe.
Oh.
Yeah, please to give me a reflex save.
Hey.
Yeah, you rolled a 2 on your
23.
perception check for traps, unfortunately.
Ooh. 23.
All right. So you're going to take the full force as A hammer comes swinging out of the roof above you, directly at you. It seems to be leaking a greenish substance. And you are
Well, I'm
going
poisoned.
to take... $32 points of damage.
Oh my
Lovely.
gosh.
May I suggest we take a short rest after that?
Yeah, jeez.
So yeah, this comes slamming into your chest. Searing pain goes coursing through you. Luckily, it's not poison. It's, quote unquote, just acid, but still.
It's just acid. I'm fine. I'm really glad I have stamina now.
What's a little acid between friends, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did finally convert you to having stamina, so that is set up for you.
Yeah, I'm really glad about that right now.
All right, so yeah, Phoebe's gonna say she needs a break as she is clutching at her bruised and battered ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is anything else immediately happening, or was it just the one trap and we can all kind
The
of like
hammer,
check on
the hammer
Phoebe?
then slides back into the roof where it was before, ready to strike again.
I bet. But
Hey,
Ip, do
guys.
you want to look at her?
I think there's a trap up there.
Wow,
Why?
thank you.
You don't say.
I just have a strange inkling.
Ip, do you want to look at her and see if you can heal some of Phoebe's wound?
Yeah, because I assume that did get through to your actual hit points.
Luckily, only 2.
All right, so actual hit points, she's
Gee.
I
not
only
too
took
bad
2
off.
damage.
Mono
Can I heal the acid, maybe?
Acid is not doing anything persistent, so you could definitely, though, just roll your medicine to heal up those hit points, and the 15-minute rest will take care of the stamina.
Deal. Let's medicine you up.
Because I assume you are spending a resolve point to get your stamina points back, correct, Phoebe?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll medicine.
18.
I believe that is enough, because I think it was a DC 15 for the heal. Yeah, first aid.
Treat wounds
Oh, no, that's
is
not what you
DC
want.
15, 2d8 healing.
Okay, so yeah, there's no way you could roll low enough that she's not back at full, so. Luckily, it is only
Yay.
bruised and battered ribs, no permanent damage.
And I'm gonna use this short rest opportunity to unjam my crossbow.
Smart. Yeah, get it loaded up with the full 5 in the clip. So
I'm running out of bolts, unfortunately. I should have stocked up before this adventure.
you can recover them in most cases, assuming you can get to the corpse and that you don't just fire it off into the void. So how many did you fire? 3? We'll say the one
Just
that
the 2.
jammed probably broke, so you can get the 2 that did hit back.
Cool.
All right, so Phoebe's now got a couple little band-aids on her boo-boos.
So what do I need to roll to make sure the trap is disarmed?
If you want to disarm the trap directly, then you can roll thievery for that as well.
Okay, then I'm gonna make sure the trap is disarmed before I try to unlock it again.
All
And I'm
right.
gonna cast guidance
I got
on
that
Phoebe.
one!
No, but does my guidance save you?
No, not from a nat 1.
Oh no.
Can I take a hero
I was gonna
point?
If
say,
you want
hero
to-
point that.
Yeah, if you have any hero points left, this would be a good time, unless you want to get slammed by a
no,
hammer again.
I do. I'm gonna hero point that. I got really good luck my full straw. Now it just sucks. Oh, I got a 32 to do Salma.
All right, so there's a bit of a moment where you're disconnecting a couple of wires in the trap. Not like, I don't mean wires as in like electronic wires. I just mean as in like,
Cables.
pulley cables. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you're disconnecting a couple of things in the trap, and there's a half moment of bated breath as everyone thinks you've just triggered it on yourself again, but then nothing happens. You let go of it, and the trap falls limp.
Now I'm gonna roll again to unlock the doll.
Alrighty, are you using your skeleton key or not?
I think I'll save that for a different one,
Alrighty, go ahead and roll thievery then.
assuming I don't get a nat one again. 31!
All right. This time, you kind of just bypass that pin. You realize it was a trap the whole time, and you're able to get the thing unlocked and open up the door. Well, you don't open the door, but the lock comes open with a satisfying click.
Yep, and I step out of the way for someone else to open it. Because after I
Smart
didn't
move.
see that trap, I am not trusting that doll.
Fair enough.
Looking at that door like we are enemies now.
Yeah.
All right, Akalupu, you opening that door?
Don't make Mono or Nui do it.
All right, you open the
Mono
door.
Nui can't take that much damage.
Now, Akalupa was just waiting for everybody to form up, so probably waited until Morgrim was a little closer, and then opened the door.
All right. You open the door, you can see ahead of you, at least as far as the light holds out, you can see a fairly narrow hallway stretching out further than you can see given the light that you have. Though you do see about 20-ish feet ahead of you, there's a door on the right side.
Akalupu knows enough to know that this is a really good place for traps, and is going to let go first.
Yeah, that's bait.
Okay. Perception check for traps.
Go for it.
Correct.
Oh yeah, and I roll that. Give me 1 sec.
I was like, go for it.
Plus 10.
Yep, nope. I keep forgetting that I need to roll
Don't
that.
roll a 1 again, please.
Well, it was a 2, but yeah. You
That's
do
not
not.
good either.
I will point out that you can only see about 20 feet up the hallway, but you do not see any traps.
But I do see a doll.
You do, in fact, see a door. And we'll assume that
Is
that
someone
counted
with
for
light
checking the
gonna follow
door.
me?
Yeah, and we'll assume your previous roll also counted for that door. As far as you can tell, it is also not trapped.
Well, I found a door. Do people want me to unlock it?
Oh yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll for it.
I'll get on the other side so Akalupu can get a
41.
bit closer.
All right.
I'm not filling another roll.
Yep, no, this lock doesn't stand a chance. You are easily able to get this guy open. So the door is
And
no
again,
longer
just
locked.
kind of moves out of the way. So that if something's on the inside, I don't have to deal with the full front attack.
All right. Akalupu assumes Morgrim's going to move up pretty close to them, probably next to him.
Sure.
And then once Morgrim gets up, he's going to open the door.
Yeah, I know I noticed Mono Nui is hiding in the previous room though.
Mono Nui was gonna go last.
All right. Go ahead and open the door if you would like.
Yay, I like pushing buttons.
Okay. So you can see inside a fairly smallish room. I mean, it's pretty large. A medium-sized room. All along the edges of the room are lined with bookshelves filled with scrolls and parchments. Otherwise, the room seems fairly innocuous. There's no enemies that you spot.
Cool. Aqualoop is definitely going to let somebody look at the room and check for traps before he goes in.
All right, who's rolling perception?
just-
Or technically, who's doing it so that I can roll perception?
Me.
All right. As far as you can tell, there are no traps or other nasty surprises waiting for you in here.
I hate that as well as you can tell, because I don't know what I roll.
Right? You also can only see about like a third of the room because of the way the lights are set up.
I
Yeah.
really hope there's nothing like right here in this middle dark spot.
All right. Now, we'll assume that Mako moved up to provide better light before you did your check, but still holds. As far as you can tell, no traps or other unpleasant surprises.
Okay.
Maronuri, upon hearing that there are books inside, is going to step into the, hurriedly push her way past everyone and get into the room.
All right. So you begin looking over. There's a series of very dusty scrolls and parchments spread out across the shelves. They seem to be written in in more than one language, or at least the very least. Why did I just say least like 5 times? Anyway, at the very least, they are in multiple different alphabets. And unsurprisingly, you can't read any of it, but I'm going to assume that means you just look over to Mako and gesture for a potion of understanding
I do.
comprehend languages.
I'm going to look over and say, do you
Let me
still
make sure
have
I've
those
got one.
comprehend language potions on you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, can you say that again?
Do you happen to have any of those comprehend language potions on you?
Yes, let's take a look. Okay, this bitter draft opened your mind to the potential of the written word for the listed duration after drinking. This elixir, you can understand any words you read so long as they are written in a common language. This elixir doesn't automatically allow you to understand codes or extremely esoteric passages. You still need to attempt a skill check to decipher writing. Great, so it's a lesser, so my duration is only 1 minute.
All right,
So
you
that
got
kinda
1 minute.
sucks.
Is there just the one?
I have 2.
Oh. All right. Maronuri is going to prepare herself to read fast, and then she's going to chug the potion.
All right.
Are you gonna prioritize reading like titles or of many books, or are you gonna try and get through a few
No titles.
books?
I'm looking at titles.
All right, cool. So the bitter draft hits the back of your throat in a rather bracing fashion, and you get that familiar, itch in the back of your mind as you are able to suddenly, comprehend what all of these, strange symbols are trying to convey. And quickly glancing through the various titles, it seems that the books in here largely pertain to agriculture and animal husbandry.
Oh, that's interesting. Is there anything not on agriculture or animal husbandry?
Not that you notice.
Anything on grammar or spells?
Nope.
All right, and then I'm going to
Definitely
grab.
nothing of a magical sort.
I'm going to grab the nearest book to me and start, thumbing through it.
All right. You make a little bit of progress in the minute that you have. It seems to be some sort of treatise on various methods of what's it called, canals and waterways and stuff to keep
Oh, neat.
everything
Irrigation.
Irrigation. Yes, thank you. It seems to be some sort of rather highfalutin treatise on irrigation in agriculture. But you don't get too much information out of it. You wish the guy would just get to the point, and he does not get to the point.
Classic.
All right.
I would let you use my other potion if you want, if there's, something else you're hoping to learn.
I mean, it might be useful for the future, but I think as it stands now, I say we save it for later on.
Yeah, sure.
But what I do think is that we should try and take these books back with us, because there might be, if we can decode them, they might prove useful in any settlements that might be established.
Oh, yeah. All right. There is far too much for you to be able to carry on your persons, both in terms of like bulk, as in the space they take up, but then also
I mean, like,
weight.
when we leave, like,
Yeah.
we're gonna probably bring some wheelbarrows after we clear this place out and take them back.
All right, makes sense. Are you going to take a few of them with you for now, or just leave them all until later?
I'm gonna take a few with me
Okay.
now. I'm gonna bring the one on irrigation, and then
Yeah, better take at least one lest we forget.
Yeah, and then a few of the ones that look most helpful for like things that I could kind of understand. So like if anything was like too far advanced, I was like, I don't even know what this is talking about. Probably.
You would need to chug the potion again to really figure that out.
I'm gonna grab the prettiest books.
That is generally the way to go for it. So you pick a couple of scrolls and a parchment. So I'll say you can grab 4 probably and stick them in a bag fairly easily. They seem to be in decent condition. They're not just like crumbling as soon as you touch them. But you will need to be pretty careful with them not to damage them further. Go ahead and roll me 3 1d100s for the books other than the agricultural one that you grabbed.
You said 3?
Yep. All right.
78, 72, and 41.
2 and 41. All right. You do not know what those are, but given more time at a later date, you should be able to figure that out. All right. Otherwise, the room seems fairly unremarkable. It's all the shelves are all slightly away from the wall, so you can clearly see that they are not hiding some secret passage or anything else particularly sneaky behind them.
That seems ominous in itself. Just freestanding shelves? Anyone else?
I mean, that's how libraries are.
But there's nothing on the other side of the shelves, is there?
You look
I'm gonna
behind the shelf,
investigate.
and as far as you can tell, it's just wooden paneling.
That's odd. I mean, come on.
But what do you want to do with that information?
I don't know. I'm just a little freaked out at the wasted space. The feng shui in here is just very off.
Right, all the moaning from the previous room wasn't throwing it off enough, but this.
Yeah. Ip's like, the vibes are off. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I changed my mind, guys. I don't think the mother is going to help us in this hellhole.
Yes. Why would you put bookshelves like that? It makes no sense.
Technically, it's just because of the way the tiles worked and the fact that, like, if I stick them right up against the wall, it just puts them partway through the wall, and it doesn't look right. So that's
Also,
the
we've been
real
playing
answer.
too much of this video game. I'm like hyper focused on anything that seems a little bit off.
Yup.
All right, should we continue up this hallway?
I suppose.
If we must.
We don't want to sit here and decode ancient languages and learn about farming. I guess. Alright, so Mono Anui is going to step out into the hall.
All right. You continue your way northward along the hall. You do, after you move 2 more squares, see ahead of you a pair of doors directly across from each other.
Oh.
One on the right and one on the left.
I'm going to use... Do I detect magic coming strongly from either door?
You've been detecting magic coming from kind of this whole pyramid, but nothing above those normal levels.
Alrighty. I say right and then left.
Right. Phoebe and Mako, I assume you guys are actually up with the group.
You know, I thought I'd try to unlock this one.
All right.
I'm kidding.
Have fun.
Roll thievery.
You know, maybe I don't actually think... Oh, I do have thievery. I'm a +3 in thievery for some reason.
Nice. You're a natural.
I know. Oh, I got a 17.
Yeah. You know how I have a 13 plus in thievery?
Does a 17 unlock the door?
You start fiddling with it, and then you hear a very ominous ka-chunk, and everyone, you sure are gonna try. Let me add.
Did he not do perception on the doll's pulse?
He did not.
That was dumb.
Well, maybe the perception hobbit should have been in the front.
Well, why were you in my way?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, ignore its name. Technically, it's not a living boulder, just a normal boulder. But we are going to roll initiative as a trapdoor directly above Akalupu opens up, and a massive boulder comes rolling out of it.
Dude.
Let's see.
Goodbye,
Akalupu,
cruel world.
Akalupu, I assume you're going to do athletics. Stealth doesn't make sense here. So Phoebe, are you going to do athletics probably? Or perception? Probably perception. Your perception's better.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anyone else doing non-perception?
Can I do religion? Because I'm praying to the Great Mother for my survival.
Unfortunately, religion is not one of the options. All right, so we will go ahead and start that initiative up. Ip.
The Great Mother answered my prayers. So how does movement work in this hallway exactly?
So movement works as normal, except that in addition to the trapdoor opening up to drop the boulder, the tiles underneath you have started to shift disconcertingly and are now difficult terrain. So you can use 3 actions to stride.
And I can move through allies, but not onto allies.
Correct. You cannot end your turn in the same space as an ally, but you can move through their spaces.
Okay, I'm going to... Who's getting hit by the boulder? Akalupu's getting hit by the boulder. I'm gonna cast. What's a good spell to mitigate this? Maybe protection? That's a touch spell. I'm not in touch range. Okay, I'm gonna cast Shield Other. But since Akalupa is a tank, I'm gonna cast it on Manoa Nui.
Probably a good idea.
So Shield Other forges a link between target's life essence and your own. Target takes half damage and you take the remainder.
All right. And I believe that is a 2-action spell.
It is, and then I will use my last action to run as far as possible.
No.
Which is how far? It's
You have a
difficult terrain, so
you have a 25-foot move speed in your human form. So you can move half that distance, rounded down, unfortunately, because you always round down. So you can.
Oh
Move.
no!
You could not move with only 1 action.
Oh no! I miscalculated this.
Mono, we
Would you
appreciate
like
your
to?
sacrifice.
Would you like to retcon that and keep your 3 actions to move 30 feet?
I guess the other I can cast Shield with my last action. Giving me a +1 bonus to AC. That doesn't seem like it'll do much. I don't think the boulder cares about AC.
No, it does not.
The boulder doesn't care about your AC.
He does not.
Can you smell what the boulder is cooking?
The boulder feels conflicted about fighting a little girl.
Okay, new plan. We're not gonna shield, but we are going to cast guidance to give you a +1 instead, which is not nearly as good, but is something. So Manoa Nui, you get a +1, and then I'm gonna move 2, which is, so if it's 25 rounded down, like divided by 2 rounded down, does that mean I can only move 20, or do I take the 2 moves and divide that by 2, so it's 25?
I'll give you that.
Cool, so we're going here.
All right, so that is it for your turn. Mako.
Okay. I might just dip.
That seems like the wise course of action. I don't know what else you would honestly do.
Yeah, I'm all the way in the bag. Yeah, I throw a potion at it. Okay, so if my move speed is 25 feet, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And same as IP, it is difficult terrain, so that's halved. So you can move with 2 actions. You can move 25. With a 3rd action, you would be able to move 35.
Oh, great! So then I could make it into the library. Is that right?
I believe so. Yep.
Great. Are you doing that with like control?
Do you mean like doing the corner or just the measurement in general?
The measurement.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the little measure symbol.
Yep. You can either click on the measuring rod in the left, or the way I have it set up, because I turned on advanced keyboard shortcuts, I just hit Q, and then you turn by doing a right click.
Oh, okay. Cool, thanks.
No problem. All right, so that is Mako's turn. Just booking it. Unfortunately, the boulder rolled better than everyone else.
She's
in the group.
literally booking it in the library.
And the boulder is literally rolling.
That's true. All right, so the first turn, the boulder is going to make it 25 feet. So that is going to hit everyone but Ip. So everyone but Ip and Mako, please give me a reflex save.
So I'm gonna hero point that. I got a nat 1.
27.
I moved it one too far. Okay.
We've never used so many hero points in one session.
Dude,
Right.
All right, I got a 17, which is not the best, but it's better than a 1.
Yep.
I will.
All right. Oh, I need to roll for Morgrim, don't I? And then Akalupu, what did you get?
20.
All right, not bad, not bad. Roll for Morgrim real quick. Reflex is definitely not his best save. Oof, that's a 10. All right, and then you got a 17. Is that right, Mono Anui?
A 17, yeah.
Okay. So, Mono Anui and Morgrim will be taking full damage. The rest of you will be taking half damage, a fact that you are about to be very glad for, and vice versa for those of you who are taking full damage. Let's see what this roll is, because this could be bad. All right. So, 43 points
Is
of
that-
damage, 21 for those of you who are taking half.
So I'm dead. I was smushed by the boulder. The boulder apparently no longer felt conflicted about beating up this little girl.
Yep. Yeah, no, even Morgrim, that hurt quite a bit. On the
Why is it
upside,
every time I play, one of us gets down?
you know, are you still up? I assume with 21 points of damage,
Yeah,
you're
I'm-
still up.
I still have stamina.
Okay. Yep, and you guys, that could have rolled a lot worse. Like, that had a maximum of 80 points of damage if it rolled all 10s, which is unlikely to happen, but still.
Still.
Yeah.
All right, so Mono Anui is now dying.
But I die slower because I have where is it? Die Hard.
Yeah.
Oh no,
It's easier to
I get
do
an
your
extra condition,
fortitude
yeah.
checks, is that right?
Die from dying condition at 5 rather than 4.
Yeah.
So it just takes me longer. I just get to suffer a little bit longer, you know. I get to feel my broken sternum.
Exactly. Technically, you're unconscious, though, actually. So.
Oh, I'm unconscious? That's nice.
Yep. No, when you are reduced to 0 hit points, you are unconscious with the dying condition. And on your turn, you can roll to try and recover. Akalupu, you just took that boulder on the chin like a champ. There's no way that was even close to going through your stamina points. You did succeed on your reflex saves. You mostly got out of the way of it.
I just like pushed myself up against the wall and it just kind of rolled down my back.
Exactly. You're like, I think that fixed my back, actually. This feels better now.
Akalupu is the boulder.
So it is your turn, Akalupu.
Okay, does it sound like there are any more boulders?
You do not hear any more boulders coming down that chute. And unless this actually is a living boulder, which it's not, it's probably not going to try and roll over you a second time.
Cool. I don't really have much to help Akalupu, but I think I will.
Yeah, you can try to roll medicine, though there is a chance you just make it worse.
Just kill
Yeah.
instead.
I think I have I've got a 0 in medicine.
No. Do you have any healing potions? Because any amount of healing would bring Mono Wanui back to consciousness.
I
Or
have a lot of
rope, just tie Mono Wanui up.
Rope help? How would rope help in this situation?
You could,
Finding the
turnabout's
wounds?
fair
Oh, wait,
play
you were
and feed your bloodstone a little bit.
that would be pretty funny, but Akalupu cares too much. Junior is going to panic and try a medicine check.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm dead. It's been nice.
It's been real, it's been fun, it ain't been real fun.
It hasn't really-
I mean, he's already partially dead. His arm's turning into a skeleton.
Just don't send me from dying 1 to dying 2, please. Please.
You're
Oh my gosh, I'm dead. I am
bad news. Hero point played out the way it always does for and it got worse. So it's a 5.
Oof. All right. So let's see. So you were attempting to stabilize. 5 plus that creature's recovery roll DC, which is just 15 at this point. So obviously that was a failure. You got a 5 though. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, so that is also a critical failure because that's more than 10 below the 20 DC that it is. So if you were trying to stabilize a creature's dying value increases by 1.
This is good, Mono Wanui. You're supposed to embrace undeath.
Exactly.
I guess. Well,
all right. So
This is so funny.
lot earlier.
all right. So Mono Wanui, you are now dying 1. Go ahead and add that status to yourself.
Oh, was I not dying
Yes.
1 before?
No, you or no, that's wounded. So yes, you are now dying 2. You are
Yeah,
correct.
that's what I thought.
I was thinking of wounded, which will go up to 1, assuming you survive this.
Assuming I make it.
Akalupu panicked and tried to do CPR.
Yep. Would you like to go again? You have 2 more actions.
I knew he's like sternum and everything.
Right? You didn't have cracked ribs, but now you do.
It's like, in addition to your broken spine, your ribs are now broken.
Well, Akalupu, you've got 2 more actions. This feels like the time to double down to me.
I mean, I'm gonna say, man, it's not like he knows. He doesn't know what's happening.
Very
He
true.
doesn't know he's killing Mono Wanui.
Very true.
I'm gonna try one more time.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Oh, it's been real, y'all.
Oh god.
So it's nat 1. I'm sorry.
All right, you are now dying 3. Good thing you don't die until dying 5.
I know.
All right, I'm assuming Akalup is good now.
Question. So is he still at the point where he needs any healing or does he need extra healing now?
No, still even 1 point of healing would bring him back to being just fine.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
So what is
Well, I mean, he would be
successful
wounded
medicine check?
1, but
Would a successful medicine check bring him back?
I think in this case it's just to stabilize. So it would stop dying, but he would still be unconscious at 0 hit points, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, Abe, I'm using my physical dice this time. So
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you succeed, the target loses the dying condition but remains unconscious.
Okay. I have a +7 to medicine, so I know what I'm doing.
I rolled a 7.
All right.
I
Manawanui is now dying 4.
Dude, if I didn't have
You know
Die
what?
Hard, I would be dead.
You know what? Maybe I won't risk trying to heal him.
Yeah, maybe you should let your actual healer do this. That seems like a good plan.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Akalupu's turn. Good thing Akalupu doesn't have haste so that he can take a 4th action.
My God.
All right, Manawanui, you are unconscious and dying.
What can I do exactly?
You can make, I believe, a fortitude save to attempt to no longer be dying.
You can continue to bleed on the floor.
Nice. Good to know. Yeah, let me try. Fortitude?
Yeah.
So if he
28.
fails it, does he get another dying?
Okay, let's see. What did you say it was? 28?
28.
All right.
Although at this point, I'm like, you know what? I've come so
There
far.
we go. Recovery check.
I've
won't
come
I-
so far.
All right,
So
so
if
it
you
is a
fail this, you get
DC
another
10
dying
plus your
stat,
current
right?
dying value, which is only 14. 28 will make that a critical success. So your dying value is reduced by 2. So you are now only dying 2.
Nice.
Yes, I am
He's
going
like,
to.
I'm helping. He's getting better.
Exactly.
Or she's getting better.
So I am going to roll medicine next turn. Well, my turn.
Oh, no. This is a flat check. So this is not a fortitude check. What was the actual value on the die?
Probably a 19, because what did I say it was?
28?
28, yeah, so my fortitude's plus 9. So
Okay.
then that would have just been a 19.
Okay, so that is still a success, but just a normal success.
Nice.
Because 19.
So dying 3.
And it was a DC of 14. So yes, dying 3.
Nice.
That's kind of nice that now it's not like you're not screwed on death saves when you are like a low fortitude class.
Well, this is true. This is true.
Because since it's a flat check, it's just pure chance. All right. So that is your turn. I believe you can only do that once. Yeah, because it's you can attempt a recovery check at the start of each of your turns. Yeah, so that is it for your turn. Morgrim is... I don't think there's really anything he can do. He is gonna try a athletics check to see if he can slam the boulder hard enough to maybe get it to move in a way that would advantage Ip on his next turn in case the boulder tries to hit Ip. I think that's about the only thing he can do. So let's roll athletics here. It's a 28. All right. I will say that if the boulder does try to run you over, you get a +2 on your reflex save to take half damage.
You love to see it.
That is the end of Morgrim's turn. Phoebe, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to use one move action to move my Keltal to Manawanui. Then I'm going to roll medicine.
All right.
$11.
Okay, let's see. So 5 plus the creatures. Recovery roll DC. Why does it say typically 15, but I was seeing 10? Whatever. So that's going to be, you're at dying 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be 18 for the difficulty. So 11 is a failure, but not a critical failure.
Okay, I'm gonna use my last home to try again.
Alrighty.
Another 11, wouldn't you know it?
Just leave me down here, guys.
All
I've
right.
had a good run. I've lived longer than all my friends. I've watched them die.
Exactly.
It's all good.
All right.
You're
Round two.
ready?
Round
Dying
two.
roll.
Round two. Ip, what you gonna do?
That's 35. Let's go.
35 to...
There.
I see. Sweet. All right. At this point, the boulder goes careening past the rest of you harmlessly, slamming loudly with a thud into the next room. And we can exit initiative order.
Every time I say the boulder,
Yay!
I just can't help but think of the
Avatar, the Last Airbender character.
Avatar. Yeah, ever since Molly brought it up.
Yup,
The boulder passes overhead.
exactly. All right.
Mono Nui into a tiny little.
Okay, so now that like the actual healer can get to Mono Anui,
Yup.
Yes.
Do we
I'm
want
casting
to do this first or wrap up here? Because we've been going for a little over 2 hours now.
let's try and stabilize Mono Anui. We can't end on a cliffhanger.
But the cliffhangers are the most fun part. All right, go for it. If you want to do it the safe way, just go ahead and cast your heal spell.
No,
Wait a second.
Well,
don't.
I was gonna
cast
cast
the heal
stabilize.
All right, yes, that will also work.
Time out.
Wait a
Wait a
minute.
second.
spell. What happens
I-
if you cast the heal spell? Don't bad things happen to me?
But not stabilize.
It depends on which one he uses.
You're now dying for.
But yes, stabilize just works, I believe. Well, if there's anything to roll for it.
Nope. Target loses the dying condition. Remains unconscious at 0 hit points.
All right, so you are unconscious at 0 hit points. You are no longer dying, but you are wounded 1.
Can I say that I have a lesser elixir of life, which restores 3d6 plus 6 hit points, and the bonus is plus 1?
That's an option. So potion
Yes.
healing, spell healing, or if you want to just roll medicine, your medicine is good enough. You will probably not kill her.
How much max health do you have, Mono Anui? I guess you're unconscious. You can't answer that.
21. She has 15 stamina points and 21 hit points.
Yeah, so that potion sounds like it'll do the perfect amount. 3d6 plus 6.
Who rolls the 3d6, me or Mono Anui?
Anyone who wants to.
What do you think, Gabe? You or me?
I trust you.
Okay.
You have
Let's-
my trust.
So what is it? Is it slash roll?
Yeah, /R, and then a space, and then whatever die you want to roll, like 3, the letter D, and then 6, if that. For
And you can
example.
also add the plus 6 in there too.
Yes. Rolling the dice. Oh, I crushed it!
Dang!
Nice.
That is close to the most you could have possibly done, so.
Bruh.
See, I told you I trusted you.
Yeah, and that's almost perfect. So that heals 22. She has 21, so that is back to full health.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, that makes up for some of the terrible, terrible rolls we've all rolled this game.
Yeah.
So Mako bends down and gingerly pours the potion into trying to make sure I use the correct name for once. Mono Anui's mouth, massaging it down her throat. She's already stabilized and, is clearly out
The
of
crushed
any
windpipe,
immediate
probably.
danger, but quickly Manoanui's eyelids flutter open and the, cuts and bruises and whatnot across her body begin to quickly and magically fade as the potion takes effect.
All right, let me treat your wounds so I can cure your wounded condition.
Just
Don't
as a quick
think that's how that works.
meta
I have
question.
a feat called Treat Wounds, where if I get a success, the target regains 2d8 and loses the wounded condition.
Okay. That will take, what is that? Like an
A
hour?
DC 15 medicine check.
Time-wise.
Oh, you spend 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It's immune for
Well,
1
then
hour.
everyone can
Okay.
have a short rest. And
Probably
regain all their
something you
stamina.
need.
Who did I just treat wounds? Was that Manawanui?
Good question. Who was that?
No, that was Phoebe.
Yeah, that sounds right. Right, because she got hit with the hammer. Yeah. So she's not immune. Or, well,
Cool.
Manawanui is not immune. So, yep, go for it.
I got a 27 on my medicine check.
All right, I believe that's a crit. Yep, that's a crit. So she regains 48 hit points, but she's already at full, so that doesn't matter. But that will remove the wounded condition, like Jason said. So
Nice.
So I believe we've taken a short rest, so everyone needs to remove a resolve point.
yep, anyone who is
And-
going to spend a resolve point may do so and recover their stamina back to full.
Not me, because I was treating wounds, but I don't need to.
Yeah, I think Morgrim will. He definitely took some damage. So back
As a
to full
quick meta
stamina and
question.
only a few points of hit points missing.
So Manoanui. So if Manoanui didn't have that die hard, would she have died once she reached 4, or after a turn of being at 4?
Let me check. Let's see.
Just
Your
curious
dying
how-
condition is increased 1 if you take damage while dying, or 2 if you take damage from an enemy's critical hit or critical failure on a save. If you lose the dying condition by succeeding at a recovery check and are still at 0 hit points, you remain unconscious, but you can wake up as described in that condition. You lose the dying condition automatically and wake up if you ever have 1 hit point or more. Anytime you lose the dying condition, you gain wounded 1 condition or increase it by 1. Where does it say where you actually die? Dying is always includes a value, and if it ever reaches 4, you die.
So I would have died.
Yes.
Cool.
But luckily you're die hard.
I am.
I have to give you a bonus point in Boneyard lore.
Hey, that'd be cool. Every time I get to use it.
Hey, you get to finally use it in this dungeon.
I did. I am very grateful. I'm sure it'll only become more relevant as time moves on.
Exactly. All right. Well, people good to wrap up here then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. We'll wrap up as always. Let's start with Faith. What did Phoebe learn?
Phoebe learned to never let anyone else check dogs because no one else checks for traps.
Yup. Certainly did not help in this situation. But hey, it's all good. Nobody died. Everyone is pretty much back at full health even.
Well, that
That was
ends well.
hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, what did Akalupu learn?
Akalupu learned they should never use hero points because it all
Because what? You broke up at the last part.
literally.
All right.
Said Akalupu learned he should never use hero points because it makes things worse. Literally every single time.
It does
Yeah, I'm
seem
not
to
sure
happen.
I've ever seen Anna have a good situation with a hero point.
Yep. All right. What about Mono Anui? What has she learned?
Mono Manui learned that if you build a bunch of canals that connect the water to kind of like put it by where you're planting things, it grows better. Also, that people who write agricultural treatises write very long and long-winded explanations about everything.
Oh yeah, no, you like in the less than a minute that you had to look at it, it was pretty much just, you know, pompous preening about how he's so much smarter than anyone else who has ever tried to grow a plant.
That's what you learned, Manoanui? Nothing else? You don't want to call out anything else that you maybe learned?
Mono learned that she's grateful that she selected the Die Hard feat.
Oh my god.
You can either select the Die Hard feat or not trigger traps. One or the other.
Yeah,
We know that
don't maybe let the thief unlock
one of those things is just not gonna happen.
Let the thief, who like also was part of like, you know, unlocking and finding all the traps through this entire dungeon, check the dolls for traps before people try to shove the lockpicks in it.
Mono has lived long enough to know that there's always going to be a boulder, but you can't be afraid of the boulder. It's how you respond to the boulder that matters.
you don't negotiate with terrorists, and in this case, terrorists are the boulder.
Exactly. All right. What about Ip? What has he learned?
Ip learned that he has a strong aversion to freestanding bookshelves.
Right? You didn't really think that was a thing, but now you know. I'll have to start putting those in all of your nightmares. It's just you in a room with
how
a
you know.
bookshelf, not against a wall. It's just a single bookshelf sitting in the middle of the room.
Horrifying.
Menacingly.
Exactly. All right. And last but not least, what did Mako learn?
I'm capable. I feel like I crushed it today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nah, you killed it.
And you
That-
did
that my
not
potions-
kill Mono Anui, so
You didn't.
Yeah. Killed it and not Manoanui, so that's a W. Put that in the W column.
exactly. Alrighty. Well, thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you all had a great game. I know I did. And I will see you all at the next gun. Bye!